This is always my favorite time of year when all the snow melts and get to see the track come to life and everything's greening up out here. So we're gonna check out the track, see what kind of damage happened over winter and get it all freshened up. I'm basically just gonna till it, reface all the jumps, the landings. Now what I like to use for ripping the track is this disc set, as well as I guess they call it a cultivator or kind of a harrow drag. And that kind of smooths it out. If you disc it only, it leaves like these deep grooves. And as soon as you get on the track, it's like pulling your bike all over. So I'll start by ripping the track in reverse, like reverse direction, so I don't have to go up the jump faces. And then I'll actually rip the tops of the tabletops just for the kids so they're a little smoother. Now for the flat sections of the track, I just set the discs all the way in and let her eat. Makes for some pretty awesome soil. Very good. All right, the track is completely tilled. Now I'm gonna prep the jump faces. It's always a good idea to till first because it's gonna kind of mess with your jump faces. So you wanna clean those up afterwards. And as you can see, when you drag the jumps, it pulls a lot of dirt to the bottom. And that just happens over winter too. A lot of the water runoff and also riding brings the dirt to the bottom. So what I'm gonna do here is scrape from the bottom, peak it back up, and then shape it and get it nice and smooth and packed in. That way it's not all soft and like, it's not gonna bog the bikes down as you take off of it. So now that I've got the bottom dug out, I'm going to kind of pack this down, get it level, and then start going backwards. Roll it over. You can either use float, or you can just use pressure from the bucket. That's probably a little steep. Yeah, that's way too steep. Just keep constant pressure as you're going down. That'll keep a nice concave on the jump. So I'm gonna not have it quite as sharp of an angle in the bucket. Push it down and drag it down. That looks a lot better. Oh, that's beautiful. Obviously this is really slow with the front end loader. You can do it really quick with a skid steer or a dozer. But now I'm just gonna kind of pack it in and then float it just to get it perfect. All right, now to finish it off, I'm gonna float the face. So that's basically just letting the bucket float down the jump. So like on a front end loader, if you push the lever all the way up, so you wanna get the right angle, right about there. Let it float and then reverse it and kind of pivot the bucket as you go down. That wasn't that great. And I'll continue floating it back about I don't know, 15 feet. Just so that way the lead up to the jump is nice and smooth. That's a little better. So after I finish the jump face, I like to walk on it, make sure it's actually packed in. There's so much moisture in this dirt, it's gonna be kind of muddy. I like to get off the tractor and look at the face, make sure it's not all humped out. Sometimes on the tractor you can't really tell. This looks pretty clean. At the bottom there's a bit of a hump. It's not a huge deal. I might just float it one more time in the center there. Yeah, that's basically how I shape jumps with the tractor. It's not the fastest, but you can get it looking really clean. It's a good idea to prep the landings of the jumps too. That way you're not landing in a pile of mush. I'm basically just gonna float it. Kind of start at the top, get that thing level, and then just float it backwards. And then as you go over the crest of the landing, articulate the bucket, so that way it's level. That's pretty much it. This will kind of seal in the top and pack it somewhat. All right, that's it for that jump. We're gonna move on to the rest of the track now. Scrub the shit out of that one. Track's all dialed in, looking super sexy. I just want to go frickin' ride now, man. This is pumping me up. So I don't think I gave you guys an update on kind of the changes I made to the track over the past couple years. I call this like the Talladega corner. It's like basically 6 feet below grade. The past couple years I've had issues with it draining. And so I spent a lot of time making a little pool at the bottom there. As you can see, it drains right into that low spot, and all the water runs off the track. So that's been a lot better. And then I actually took out all the berms on the track, all flat corners. And my reason for doing that, mainly because I don't like maintaining berms. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of upkeep to fix all the ruts and build it back up. Whereas you saw today, all I did was take the discs, drag the track, and prep the jump faces and the landings, and that was it. And also, I think it makes a better rider when you have flat corners, because you have more ruts. You're relying on the rut and not the berm to hold your speed. Now, something else I changed here was the side of the track. I kind of made it dip down just for drainage, and that's made a big difference. All the snow melt kind of pooled up right alongside the track here, and the track dried out a lot quicker, so that way we can get to riding sooner. And also, I made this tabletop about 10 feet longer compared to last year. I think last year we measured it at like 55, so it's about 65 now. Plenty safe enough and plenty big enough to have some fun on. Now, as we come down here, this is another low spot on the track. I dug out the sides quite a bit. Here you can see the water pools up outside the track, which is a lot better. It used to just be super muddy. Right down here, track's in a lot better shape this year. This is probably the best the track has ever looked. And so I'm ready to frickin' ride. Next video you guys see, we'll be tearing the crap out of this track on some 2-strokes and probably throwing some goon whips. I'm already starting to look at the track and think of ways to make it better. I'm thinking this double over here, I want to extend it, make it like a tabletop style landing, kick it out like another 10 or 15 feet. Because that jump, honestly, you come into it with so much speed, you have to slow down. This little double, I want to make that a little bigger as well, but still keep it really safe for like kids and stuff. If you see anything else we could do out here, write it down below in the comment section. Let me know what your ideas are. But anyways, we'll see you in the next video. We'll be tearing the shit out of this track.